Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner, and he joins us now. So, Mr. Secretary, welcome to National Report. Thanks so much for taking the time with us this morning. Obviously, you'll be headed to CPAC soon. What are you hoping for during this year's conference?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. You know, this is an exciting time in our country. Under President Trump's leadership, the American people are excited to see the results that have been taking place just in the 3 weeks that we've been in office. And so when we go to CPAC, you know, it's an opportunity for us to address them, to thank them. President Trump got over 70 million votes, and so the American people have spoken. So I'm excited to go and speak to the crowd, and also to highlight some of the things we're doing at HUD as it pertains to housing, to get the people excited and bring them in about what is housing and urban development. So we're looking very forward to that.
Mr. Secretary, if you could, talk to us a little bit about what HUD has already done in these past few weeks that you've been serving, that you've seen. I wanted to ask you specifically about Biden's equal access rule, getting rid of that. What was that, and your plan moving forward?
Oh, thank you. So, you know, we've been very active at HUD already. We have a tremendous team. And as you said, the equal access rule, which was a Biden-era rule, we took that rule down, and I gave a secretarial directive to HUD to halt any actions going forward so that we can ensure that any HUD funding facilities, including shelters, could properly identify and bring in people who come to the proper shelter as according to their sex at birth. On President Trump's first day, he signed the executive order to restore biological truth to our government and to our nation. And so we want to uphold that when it comes to HUD-funded facilities to ensure the security and the safety of people going into those facilities.
Not only that, but I understand part of your mission is to uncover fraudulent spending or money that's not being allocated in the right way, working with DOJ. So we've seen in this ex post that the Department of Government Efficiency wrote $1.9 billion of HUD money was just recovered after being misplaced during the Biden administration due to a broken process. These funds were earmarked for the administration of financial services, but were no longer needed. Secretary Turner and DOJ worked together to fix the issue and de-obligated the funds, which are now available for other use by the Treasury. Mr. Secretary, what does the relationship between HUD and DOJ look like today?
Well, we have a tremendous relationship, and as you said, you know, we launched the DOJ task force inside of HUD to identify and to get rid of all waste, fraud, and abuse. And already we found $260 million in savings. And as you iterated a while ago, $1.9 billion in misplaced funding. You know, the American people are hard tax-paying people, and so we want to make sure to be good stewards over taxpayer dollars. And so our relationship with DOJ is tremendous. We're hard at work to find any waste, fraud, and abuse so that we can shepherd and steward the resources at HUD and maximize the budget that we have at HUD to treat and to serve the people that we've been called to serve.
What is your message to elected Democrats that oppose DOJ, which the key responsibility is to cut wasteful government spending, but yet you do have elected officials that are not in favor of that? We don't know why, but they're not. What is your message to them?
Well, my message is this: let's remember who elected us, the American people. You know, as a former elected official in Texas in the House of Representatives, I always kept in mind the people that elected me to the office and the service that I was providing. Our mission here for elected Democrats, for elected Republicans, those that are appointed, is to be good stewards over taxpayer dollars. This should not be a controversial issue to save, to cut waste, fraud, and abuse. And so my message would be, hey, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Let's remember who we serve, and that's the American people. And we have to steward well hard-working dollars of the people that put us here.
Yeah. Love the transparency so far. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's Scott Turner, the Secretary of HUD. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.